From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a big evening here on Evenings LA with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In this recording, we'll go over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we cut to the recon, done deal, signed, sealed, and why the Democrats are flexing their muscles on the biggest payout you've ever seen in the history of this channel. Then we cut to the great news as someone has your back and you have his back on those MSCs, multiple stimulus checks. We'll go over all the incredible deliciousness in the third part of this video. And then we'll go over the calculations of where we are on MSC proposals over the last few months. You'll see for the first time ever that the item on the table is exactly the way you wanted it. It's a great night with big money being gotten from viewers across the channel. We have all the incredible deliciousness starting right here, right now, as Evenings LALATE begins direct from Santa Monica this Labor Day weekend. Good evening, everybody. It's a beautiful evening across the board. I'm glad you join me as Evenings LALATE hits the shore for Labor Day weekend, and so does your fourth stimulus check recon battleground, because guess what? Those Democrats are in town and working on it all weekend long. I'll be going over the latest details about that fourth stimulus check, those monthly stimulus checks, and how many the Democrats want you to have. Then we'll be cutting to the recon. Done deal, signed and sealed, $3.5 trillion of checks for the American people. And then we'll do something new on Evenings LA tonight. We'll be going over a calculation about the proposals for the checks and how they line up. Then we're going to check back in on Calendar Colleen and Calendar Cod. How are their dates going? And then we meet our new cast member. She has an eyebrow issue as well. Her name is, there it is. Watch the eyebrow. Here, there we go. It's Freedom Frida. She has a lot of fake freedom of speeches she wants to tell you, and one of the ones I want to tell you is subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. Be part of this channel. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. Meantime, if you haven't signed up for those LA alerts, you need to do so. If you think you signed up and you haven't gotten them, you may be stuck in the confirmation mode. The confirmation email lands in the not the direct deposit, but the email inbox. Look for it. If it's in the spam folder, click the blue button and then you're confirmed. 1,000 of you are still waiting for it to confirm in that inbox as well. Let's go over those monthly stimulus checks, House versus Senate, Senate versus House, and go over the deliciousness of who wants to give you what and when, starting right now. We have AOC and Omar, $2,000 a month, but they don't say how many months. We have House Ways and Means monthly, but they don't say how many months or the amount. We have Warren and Wyden calling for monthly, but they don't say how many months or the amount. And then the one that's captivated a country, of course, across the land is the House bill. Pandemic plus 1 year, $1,000 a month after the first month of $2,000. So I think you have an opinion. Vote House or Senate, and tell me where you're tuning in from and how the weather is this beautiful night across the board as we kick into high gear. Who gets this fourth stimulus check? You do. Democrats represent that. If you got a third, you get a fourth stimulus check. Single individual, $75,000 or less. Democrats want you to have a fourth stimulus check. Married couple, $150,000 or less. Democrats want you to have one as well. Double it. Family of four. Democrats want you to have a fourth stimulus check. Quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, Democrats want you to have a fourth stimulus check. The fourth stimulus check is not income. It's not taxable. And the fourth stimulus check is the same amount for everyone. And finally, the fourth stimulus check is not a waivable check. So if you do go to the beach this Labor Day weekend, I'll maybe potentially be live on the coast one time this weekend, so watch for that feed. But if you go to the beach this weekend and the check runs up to you waiving, remember, it's not a waivable check, so this must be the French check. You know, tourists, Labor Day weekend. They're all traveling. And then if another check walks up to you and starts kissing you on two sides of the cheek, don't take offense. It's the Italian check. In the second half of this video, we'll go over the incredible great news about your fourth stimulus recon, because guess what? It is a lot of money, and we go over all the incredible details you need to know. Then the third part of this video, we cut to the deliciousness of what's happening with those MSCs. But first, get a pen and paper ready because we're going to get you some money for rent, utilities, and food and internet. But first, let's meet some new cast member. Our new cast member is Freedom Frida. Freedom Frida. Why does she have that name? Because she believes in freedom of speech to pontificate fake facts. Did you not know that Freedom Frida says, I have freedom of speech to fib some fake facts as often as I need. And she's laughing about it because she thinks it's cute. I don't think it is. And one of the fake facts from Frida is, why are we talking about third stimulus when we're on fourth stimulus? Because we're not on fourth stimulus yet. Third stimulus has a lot of money available today. There will be no fourth stimulus in your hand next week. There will be no fourth stimulus in your hand this weekend. There will be third stimulus in your hand this weekend and next week. In fact, it's landing still across the board. And it's a lot of money. Not $1,400, not even $14,000. Try $100,000 as upwards of the numbers. And here's some success stories that came in overnight. If you have a success story, send it to me on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at private message. And we have success stories coming in from Kyra. Hey, LALATE, I got $17,000 from watching your channel. Thank you so much. Well, thank you, Kyra. And there's Valerie, 9,000. We have Dawn. She got rent, electric, and gas. She says, thank you. Heart, smile, heart, kitty. I don't know what the kitty emoji is about, but thank you for the kitty emoji. There's always a kitty emoji in my heart. And then Deborah got some money for Snap. Now, our inspiration, of course, is Johnny. Johnny was one of 3 viewers last week who started the week at 0, ended the week at more than 40,000. Isn't that a great week? How many weeks do you have where you started at 0 and you ended over 40,000 because of a YouTube channel? Hello. That's just sort of a good week. But it's not an unusual week because it's happening here daily on this channel. Johnny ended at 80,000. He got 7 items by picking up the phone at least 7 times because it's 7 different items. And what are those 7 items Johnny got? He's a great inspiration story for us. And that's why I stay with Johnny, because of what he did. He got SNAP, EIDL, taxes, housing, another housing, power, and telephone and internet, bringing the grand total to $80,000. So many things you got to say about that, including, number one, that Johnny's numbers show that these numbers are going up. They're going up daily, weekly. Number 2, he got 7 items. He didn't stop at 3. He got 7 items. That means he got 1, he succeeded. He went to the next one, he succeeded. He got the adrenaline rush, which is what you need to do. The adrenaline rush. You get 1, and then I'm going to keep on going. And he got $80,000. Hello. Well, now's your day to get this big sum of money. So get a pen and paper ready. I can get this money for you as well. Why would you not get this money? You saw Freedom Frida at the market. You saw her at the casino. You saw her at the gas station. She's just walking around with this pile of cash in her hand all the time with that look. And she's like, why are you talking about third stimulus? Because I need money. You have a pile of cash in your hand. I need some money. And you got a strange eyebrow as well. I need some money. And that's why people are killing it. Purple Hawks are killing it under this money. Let's look at the rent that viewers are getting. Wow. Over $20,000. Incredible sums of money. Look at this. Then when we talk about utilities, Johnny getting $9,000. So yeah, the numbers are going higher. When we talk about SNAP, the numbers are going higher as well. You're going to meet one viewer who got $25,000. And then we were talking, what was it, less than 2 weeks ago about getting 3 items. Now Johnny getting 7 items. So Nancy got 3, Nisi got 3, and Mark got 2. But let's go over the incredible news about Mark. Mark had gotten 2 at 32,000, but 4 wonderful stories came from Mark. Number 1, Mark got SNAP within 5 days of me saying on air, Mark, go get SNAP. Incredible. That shows you this money is available right now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now, not even 5 days from now. Number 2, Mark told his neighbor, watch this channel, and the neighbor went from 0 to $20,000 of rent in 1 week. It's not an anomaly. It happens all the time. We had Shanann, Purple Hawk of 2 months. She said, I told my friend about you, LA, and now she's addicted to your channel. Thank you. And she got $21,000, $9,000 for rent, $5,000 for utilities, $6,000 for SNAP. You rock, LA. It's just a regular occurrence. Number 3, Mark went back and inspired us to say, wait a second, I need to get more than 1 item. And Mark is heading now to get multiple items. And then we have Robert, who says, thank you, LA. I want to thank you because I got approved for $18,000 for rent, $16,000 for SNAP, and $7,000 for utilities. $40,000. You've done a wonderful job helping other people. God bless you. I'm a member. I go by Dread. Been following you since the beginning of the COVID. There's Sharon and Donnie who got money, and Dottie as well. And then finally, Mark got that SNAP. How much did you get? $19,000. $19,000, bringing Mark's grand total on this channel to over $50,000, but the ceiling's not there yet because introducing to you to Lorraine. And she got over $105,000 because this is what we do, and this is LALATE. There's no place like this channel anywhere on the globe. Number one, there's no broadcast channel that is delivering financial news 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, unless you're watching here. Number two, there's no channel that's dedicated to getting you money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week since day one. And I started on day one when people had applied for that EIDL loan and grant were not getting approved. They need to get approved, but they were stuck in applications vortex mode of 330, 331, and 48. Bombshell. One after another, I got approved. $25 million of EIDL loans approved. Then, on April 25th, I started recording about a new program going live that was insanely confusing. The PUA program, brand new in the country, started in April. No one understood what the world this was. It was going live on April 28th. I got viewers through that application, going over their applications and the questions on air, one after another, like Eileen Bellingham getting $15,000 for PUA in Florida. In fall of 2020, a lot more applications to do, but there was no second stimulus check coming. So I showed viewers how to get money for rent and got viewers $250,000 of rent, like Tyrone and his family for out of Boston. Getting $15,000 for rent, incredible, paying all their rent from the winter to the spring. But now we're doing it again. The only difference is you're getting bigger sums of money than ever before. For every person who wastes their time, and I have no qualms saying that, you're wasting your time saying when is a forced stimulus check coming. There's someone that has not spent their time typing those words when on a comments of a YouTube channel. They have picked up the phone and gotten $50,000, $20,000, $30,000 of available money right now under third stimulus. That is time management at your best. As Cod would say, whatever happened to July? And Calendar Colleen would say, do you know it's September? Yeah, I do. And I'm cashing some checks this month. Let's get a pen and paper ready and cash some checks. I'm going to go over some introductory remarks for all of you. First, I'm going to show you 6 places to reach out to. If one says no, reach out to the next. They have different pots of money. They also have different eligibility. Listen to all 6 and reach out to all 6. Number 2. Every state has the same amount of money based upon the number of residents. Keep on pushing. Number 3, listen to the keywords I say in the video. All right, here we go. Here are the 6 places you're going to reach out to. City Hall, City Housing Authority. County Hall, County Housing Authority. That's 4. State Hall, State Housing Authority. That's 6. Keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID. Rent or mortgage utility assistance because of COVID. And there you go. Congratulations to Tim and Linda who got that wonderful pile of money. And if you've got money for rent or utilities, post in the live chat right now. The next pile of money is the money coming back from your states. It should be coming back from Department of Agriculture for SNAP. It's a SNAP to get. How much to pay? A lot. Eligibility is very easy. And what is it for food? How much is it paying? Well, Mark was seeing $19,000, but because of a new ruling, he's going to be seeing $25,000. Department of Agriculture 2 weeks ago announced that everyone's benefits are going up an average of 25% lifetime automatically in October nationwide. Oh my goodness, incredible, great news. And if you got in that snap as well, post in the live chat like Lynn Glenn, her Gail, and her mom as well. Well, let's cut to the next pot of the money. It's the money coming back from your state due to computer errors and unemployment benefits. One viewer got $3,000 for this. Another viewer got $5,000. The federal government has ordered them to pay that money to you. It's also ordered them to upgrade the computer system. It's perfect timing because this week Microsoft announced the launch of Windows 11. Perfect timing for states to upgrade the computer systems from Windows 10. That's Windows 1910. When you turn on the computer by rubbing some sticks and stones together to create fire. And then finally, the last pot of the money is the refund check coming back from IRS. This is incredible, great news. Is that 2020 tax return you filed taxes on for the unemployment benefits. Margaret got it, Cod got it, Michael got it. It ranges anywhere from $1,200 to $2,000. But first, there's a personal message from me to you. This channel was launched for me to get you money, and you've been killing it. If you're on the live chat, post your success stories for rent, utilities, and SNAP. When you do, you help people so many ways. Number 1, a lot of people just need the encouragement to pick up the phone. Picking up the phone is such a task, and once you do it once, you feel so invigorated. I have a lot of people say, I did it, and now I feel totally renewed. Yes, pick up the phone and call and get that rent assistance because of COVID, mortgage assistance because of COVID, utility assistance because of COVID. Number 2, when you post your success stories in the live chat, people realize, wait a second, everyone's getting 20, 30, 40, 50, $80,000, $100,000. What am I doing? What am I doing sitting around for a forced stimulus check that's not coming next week when I can get this money right now? I need to do this right now. Number three, a lot of people never heard of this money or thought the money was really small. It's not. And then people realizing I should be getting combo. I should be getting multiple sums of money like Art Sullivan and Nisi. Finally, we realized the numbers are going bigger and bolder than ever before. So post your success stories. Let's cut back to this unemployment benefits. Where are they landing? Direct deposit, otherwise in the mail. Can you track it? Yeah, go to irs.gov, and 70% of the time it will work. It'll reveal the refund check you're getting and the tax return you filed and the taxes you paid. And it'll also reveal what month is it. It's September. And there she is. She just does her September dance. She does her September dance. And can we top that? Yes. As we go into the second half of this video starting right now, deal done, signed, sealed. A $3.5 trillion recon done deal has now occurred. Happened last week as the recon procedural passed. The recon procedural guarantees that there will be a recon, number one. That will be $3.5 trillion. Number two, and it'll be all checks for the American people, mostly application-based. What does that mean? I explained it in the final 15 minutes of this video. This is huge. Because if you got money on the first, second, and third stimulus that was this small, and all for corporations, and you're waiting for fourth stimulus, you're going to kill it on the fourth stimulus. As Bernie Sanders said in the last 24 hours, first, second, and third was all for corporations. This is all for the American people. Amen. How do we get to this wonderful spot, and what's going on? Let's go over the details starting right now. We have a recon, and we have a bipartisan. Recon is your money, bipartisan is not. The higher the price tag was on the recon originally, the harder it was to pass. There you go. But by taking out some of the spending from the recon, the roads and bridges, and putting it into the bipartisan, the overall price tag of the recon got smaller. There you go. In other words, the bipartisan made the recon passable. Confirms a conservative channel confirming my reporting. Now, there's two types of reporters you'll follow. Well, there's probably only one. There's two possible types of reporters to follow in life. One that reports to you news after it happens, or one that reports to you news before it happens. If you're interested in the financial news, you try to follow someone who delivers you news before it happens. You buy a stock or buy a coin or crypto ahead of the news so that you're ahead and you made a good purchase. Sort of like you're buying in a community before it's up and coming, before it's too expensive and then you're priced out. Well, that's the same case with news. And in the month of June and July, I told you that a recon was going to pass in August. Why did I know this? Because the Democrat caucus told us this. And this is why you tune into this channel. In the month of June and July, the Democratic senators, House members, and the president had met to agree upon a recon. $3.5 trillion and a recon. Done, deal, signed, sealed. And so that when they called the vote in August last week, it was a done blink of an eye. In 1 second, it was done. It was literally voted on in a second because they had already agreed upon this. To do that, they had been negotiating about the price tag for weeks and said, we need to go big and bold. That's what Representative Ilhan Omar, Democrat Minnesota, had said. And also Representative Richie Torres, Democrat from New York, said we need a larger recon. They got it, $3.5 trillion. And that's why everyone had agreed upon a price tag, had then said, watch it. The president said, watch my recon, because everything in there is checks from the American people, progressive checks that are the White House's priorities, says Brian Schatz and Jalapal. So what's a recon? What's a bipartisan? Let's go over all the incredible details starting right now. Recon is your money, bipartisan is not. And let's go over the other terminology that you need to know starting right now. So recon is your money, and that is also called the reconciliation or the budget bill. Price tag $3.5 trillion, also called the Democratic spending plan or the progressive social reform plan. This is also called the progressive social assistance plan. Bipartisan, not your money, called roads and bridges. Price tag $1.5 trillion, also called infrastructure. So we have three bodies of law we had to do going into last weekend. And those three bodies of law were recon procedural, recon substantive, and bipartisan. But guess what happened? The tow truck passed over the finish line. The tow truck passed over the finish line. And now everything is ready to rock and roll. The incredible details is that with this step 2, now all we have to do is basically get the recon substantive done. And recon procedural, the tow truck has passed over the finish line. Here we go, and recon substantive, time to pick up the tow hitch. So what's the difference between the two? Recon procedural basically says, are we doing a recon? We are. Is there a price tag? Yeah, it's $3.5 trillion. Committee's going to be splitting the monies this way, that way. Okay, and then recon substantive is, how are the committees going to spend the money? Okay, that's why you put the push seats for stimulus. hashtag seats for stimulus. And it's because when they're determining how to spend the money, this is a very critical issue. And guess what? Ron Wyden yesterday said they've been working on this all week long. They're working on it all weekend long. So stay with me all weekend long, because this is certainly a topic of discussion. Here you need to understand is that Ron Wyden explains that the month of September is a very busy month for legislation. It really is. And they've been working on this recon all week. Chuck Schumer says he talks to Bernie 5 times a day to making edits to the recon substance. So this is where we have to stay as a family across the board. Stay with me all weekend long. It's going to be a lot of news. How do we get to this wonderful spot? By calling the vote on the recon. That's what Jalopal told Chuck to do. Call the vote on the recon. And that's what he did. That letter was signed by 12 House Democrats, part of 100 plus, who recently wrote the president a letter saying, we're putting monthly forced stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon. Oh my goodness. Can we top that? Yes. This letter. 7 House Ways and Means Committee members said they're going to be giving you monthly forced stimulus checks. Now you need to push Purple Power, because guess what? That is one of several groups that say they want to give it to you. We have AOC, we have Warren, Wyden, and Sanders monthly, but not saying the duration or the amount. We have AOC and Omar, $2,000, but not saying how many months. We have the House bill, pandemic plus 1 year, $1,000 after the first month. And then we have the group we just went over, saying monthly, but not saying how much and not saying how many months. And how do we get to this wonderful spot? By also taking out of the recon a very confusing provision called the global minimum corporate tax rate. And where is that? It's now gone. It's out of it, making the recon easier to call for a vote, easier to vote on, and easier to pass. Can we top that? Yes. As we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, we're going to see something brand new on Evenings LA in addition to Freedom Frida. We're going to see how interactivity works amongst us in pushing for Purple Power. It's brand new tonight on Evenings LA in the File 15, stay to the very end. But first, if you have gotten one item from this channel over the last year, you're ready on the forced stimulus. If you haven't, pick up the phone today. I don't want to hear someone has not picked up the phone. You haven't gotten rent or utilities or food or internet. Every person can at least try for one. And trust me, if you get one, you're going to feel really good, because forced stimulus is all about that money. It's all about picking up the phone. I don't want you going to forced stimulus saying, I'll just have the community page do it for me. No, they're not. They'll be too overwhelmed to do forced stimulus, 6 items, 7 items, 10 items for every single viewer of this channel. They're not going to do that. So I want you to get at least one item for yourself, because when forced stimulus becomes law, you're going to know how to do it yourself as well. Here's a little bit about the community page, and I'll be back with you in 60 seconds with the big final 15 on this channel on this evening's LALATE. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now on Evenings LALATE as the surf is up, and it's going to be a beautiful Labor Day weekend. I look forward to seeing you all weekend long, because we're going to have a lot of fun on this channel. In the second half of this video, we'll go over that fourth stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we cut to the recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. But what does application-based stimulus mean? I'll go over all the incredible details in the second half of this video. Then we're going to do something totally new, which you've never seen on this channel. It's going to go over you and Cushing as a Purple Power and Purple Hawk member. I'll have all those incredible details you're going to see for the first time ever on tonight's broadcast, and we'll meet a little bit more of Freedom Frida. She won't free us from her freedom. And with that, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers on YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Coming up next is Overnight's Crypto. Then Sirloin at 8 o'clock. Stream Stimulus at 7 o'clock. Then Overnight's LALATE at 9 p.m. Then Purple at 11:30 tonight as well. And so much across the board. Meantime, if you haven't signed up those LA alerts, what are you doing? Totally free across the board. It is, make sure you look for that confirmation email, and then you'll start receiving the alerts. That's at news.la.com, the LA alerts. Well, this stimulus is just underway, and this is the exciting details of raising your benefits up if you're on SSI, SSDI. They hope to do this in September, out the door by November. Step 1, raising your benefits up a lifetime, then removing the asset limit, adding an inflationary benchmark, removing the income exclusion, and removing the marriage penalty. Let's go over quickly how this is, because we have a big broadcast tonight. Step 1, raise your benefits up a lifetime, then remove the asset, then apply a new benchmark. The new benchmark, inflation. How high is it going to go? Transitory. How high? Maybe about 5%. First, they'll raise your benefits up if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, Veterans benefits, or SSA. Then, let's say it's 5%, you'll go up another 5%. Not just next year, but lifetime. Because once your benefits go up, they never go down. Then they're going to remove the asset cap. Dating back to a 1980s law that says you can't have more than $3,000 on hand. It's going to go away. They're going to remove the income cap. Dating back to a 1960s law that says you can't work and stay on benefits. It's going to go away. Finally, the marriage penalty is going to go away. And love is going to win. Will there be a fifth stimulus check? There will be. Democrats represent they're going to be giving you a fifth stimulus check next year. Lastly, how about those Purple Hawks? If you're in the live chat and you have not gotten a Purple Hawk next to your name, you need to become a member. Purple Hawks are the people who have that emoji next to their name. Purple Hawk, level 1. Purple Power, level 2. A Calcino VIP, level 3. The link to become a member is under the video. Why should you become a member? Because daily I deliver to the Purple Hawks a breakdown of all the big money available for you under first, second, third stimulus, and what's proposed in the fourth and fifth. Purple Hawks have understood that there's $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 for a lot of you available this week. Because there won't be a fourth stimulus check to lay in your hand this week or next week. But this money, third stimulus, is available. We've been doing this since day one of the Purple Hawks in January this year, when I said, yeah, there'll be a third $1,400 stimulus check, but I'm more focused on the big money that you can get under this third stimulus package. Not 5 months, not 5 weeks, not 5 days, but right now. So consider becoming a Purple Hawk today. The link is under the video so you learn about all this big sums of money. And with that, we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, starting right now. Deal done, signed, sealed. A $3.5 trillion recon is a done deal. The recon procedural passed last week, which means that 1 will be a recon, 2 will be $3.5 trillion, 3 it'll be all checks to the American people. This is huge. Now, it's generally all application-based. Let me separate the recon out for you. Confirmed as a recon of $3.5 trillion with application-based items in there, but there's still a push underway you're going to see in a second to get stimulus checks in there as well. And those IRS stimulus checks come directly to IRS to you from IRS. These other monies don't come from IRS. They're application-based, which you've been doing since day one on this channel. You've been doing with PPP, PUA, EIDL, PEBT, SNAP. You've been picking up the phone since the start of this channel and applying. And so why are these application-based and not direct deposit? Very simple question. Is because they concern subjects like your teeth, your dental, your vision, your internet, and IRS knows nothing about your teeth. It's as simple as that. It sounds like a joke, but it's actually true. That's the only way to really easily explain it. Free school meals for all checks is proposed. Also proposed, potentially, tax break checks, cheaper prescription medication checks, checks for farmers, checks for elections, checks for free internet, checks for workers, like checks for independent contractors, checks for seniors, like checks for dental, checks for vision, and checks for hearing care. So now it's sort of obvious that the IRS doesn't know about your teeth or your hair or your internet. And so where would you get this money? by calling up the agency that's given this money in the forced stimulus recon. That's what we were talking about earlier in this video. When we talked about recon procedure, we said how the committees are going to spend the money. The committees will have your money. And the committees are split that money now under recon procedural, and now they're working on the terms and conditions. This is going to be great, really, really great for Purple Hawks and Purple Power Calcino VIPs, because you've been able to pick up the phone and get money under all these items since the beginning of this channel. So Johnny, who picked up the phone and got 7 items, he called 7 different places. He did not just get 7 of the same item. He got very different items. So imagine if Johnny got 7 items at $80,000 when third stimulus was this small, and it's 80% for corporations. And now imagine how he's going to do on a fourth stimulus is this big and all for corporations. Really well. Now, let's turn to the MSCs. You know, the MSCs, the multiple stimulus checks. Over the last few weeks, I've been telling you about every Democrat that supports and has said they want an MSC, whether they wrote the president letter or they did a bill. We've been detailing them over the last few weeks. And certainly along the way, there has been Freedom Frida. Here she comes. Here she comes. Get ready for the eyebrow. Here came Freema Frida that says, you know what? I tune into my local TV news station, and I don't hear any mention about stimulus checks. Well, you know why Freedom Frida is getting that news is because the local news station is one of, 200 affiliates owned by the broadcast channel that doesn't care to do accurate reporting or in-depth reporting. What would in-depth reporting involve? Picking up the phone and calling the legislator and saying, hey, are you doing a stimulus check? Are you doing a monthly stimulus check? Are you doing an MSC? They didn't care to do that. Why not? Because Courtney and Kim's hair care is more important than understanding whether the legislature is giving you an MSC. They rather cover that subject with detail than this subject. And here's the analysis. 2 weeks ago, one viewer did the call, picked up the phone, WR's name, and called Chris Coons, Senator Chris Coons, Delaware, Democrat, Joe Biden's old confidant, asked the staffer very professionally and respectfully, will Senator Chris Coons be doing a stimulus check monthly? Yes, he will. Actually, he's actually proposing it. Well, there you go. Did anyone think to pick up the phone and ask that question before that WR, a viewer of this channel, did? Of course not. But then it brings us even to more obvious. And the more obvious is, where is this bill actually being worked on? This bill, the recon, is actually called the Reconciliation Budget Bill. Okay, see the word budget in there? Yeah. Okay, now let's go over this a little bit. Where do you think the budget bill is worked on in the Senate? The Senate Budget Committee. Yeah, it's sort of obvious, isn't it? You don't need a college degree to be a journalist at a broadcast channel to realize that the budget bill is done at the budget committee. And so who's in charge of the budget committee? The budget chairman. Yeah, I think we learned this in grade school, don't we? Not very difficult to figure out who to ask the question to and who's the chairman of the budget committee. Bernie Sanders. Oh, I know him. Yeah. Do you think the broadcast channels with the 300 affiliates, local stations across the country care to ever pick up the phone and call and ask anyone on that budget committee or even the budget chairman, are you doing a monthly stimulus check? No, of course not. Rather, what they ran was a stories based upon their looking on search engines of search results. That's not journalism. That's lazy. You're focusing too much time on people's hair care lines. And so, unfortunately, someone like Freedom Frida says, I haven't heard about anything like this. Well, for my local news station that I tune on a particular channel when I flip the TV, because they haven't done any level of reporting. They're not journalists. They're just, paid to look very cute on set, do this. And so what happened? Well, going into last weekend, Bernie Sanders actually said, as the budget chairman, prior budget chairmen would generally just do stuff in D.C. when doing the budget, but I like to get out amongst the people as the budget chairman. Well, you know what that means. He likes to hear from you. He wants to hear from you what he should be doing on the budget, which he's working on right now. He's spending 4 to 5 times a day talking to Chuck Schumer about the budget bill, and he's asking American people to contact him. So I said that last weekend on air, and not a lot of people made the call, as I said they should, but 2 viewers did, at least, and they were Lynn Glenn and Brother Joshua, longtime viewer and community volunteer of this channel from 2020. And he made the phone call and said, I'd like to speak to you about the MSC, being professional, respectful, and very kind. And the staffer from Bernie Sanders says, yes, Senator Sanders is proposing an MSC. Stop the presses. Could we have sort of solved the problem months ago had the broadcast channel actually picked up the phone and done the same thing Brother Joshua did? Just simply ask the question. There's an old theory. If you don't ask, you don't know the answer. Well, if you don't know the answer, then don't assume it's a no. And here the answer was a yes. So that's why Freedom has been confused. And guess what? Well, the staffer went into detail then about the stimulus check. Let's go over what was indicated to Brother Joshua. Number one, monthly, yes. Then number two, price tag somewhere between $1,000 to $1,400 a month. Yes, great news. Then number three, 36 months. Yes, great news. And there you go. But the conversation also involved one other facet, that Bernie Sanders says he really only wants to do it if he sees the support from the American people. Purple Power, this is what we got. This is us. This is what we do. Purple Power was launched by me last year as social activism for stimulus, basically saying, hey, you need to tell people what you need. You need to push Purple Power. Push, push, push. You can do this. You can do this. So for the first time ever on Evenings in LA, I'm going to do something new. If you're in the live chat right now and you have contacted a representative elected official, whether it's Congress, whether it's Senate or House, about your forced stimulus checks, post in the live chat right now who you've contacted. Why are we doing this? Because if you post in the live chat who you've contacted inspires other people to contact as well. It's just like what we do for rent and utilities and food and internet. When Nisi and Art Sullivan post success stories, or Mark inspires us to pick up the phone and get the rent and utilities and food and internet. If you post in the live chat the elected officials you contacted to push for forced stimulus, inspires other people. I need to do that as well. I'm not doing enough. I need to do a lot more. And perhaps you contacted one, but you can contact the other two. Did you also contact Elizabeth Warren? Did you also contact Ron Wyden? Oh, I forgot. Then that encourages you to do the same thing. Did you just send a tweet, which only takes 10 seconds, and tweet someone hoping they see it? Or did you pick up the phone or go to their website, send them a nice little message, because they do read them? Did you go to their Facebook page? Did you call them on the phone? Or did you simply write a tweet and that was it? What level of contact did you do? You know why this is also great news? Is not only inspires other people to do it, but it drowns out Calendar Colleen and Counter Cod. Counter Colleen, all she wants us to do is say, but it's September. And my response to you, Calendar Colleen, is, yeah, it's September. Did you call Elizabeth Warren one time this September? It's already, what day is the month of this, is it? How many days in September is it, Colleen? Have you called Elizabeth Warren yet? How many days have passed since you last called Ron Wyden, Calendar Colleen? It's September. Yeah, well, get to it, because soon it'll be October and you haven't called anyone. You see how it turns into a positive on this channel? And then there's Calendar Cod. Whatever happened to July? Whatever happened to August? That's what Calendar Cod says. So you know what I say back to Calendar Cod is? Whatever happened to you and calling? Did you pick up the phone and call anyone? Did you push, or did you just sort of count dates? Counting dates ain't going to get anyone anywhere. And finally, two last messages. There is two things that I've seen externally, mostly on Twitter, and I need to address both of them. One, some people, more than two, have said on Twitter to elected officials, tagging LA, unfortunately at the same time, that we want that House bill of $2,000 a month for 1 year. There is no House bill of $2,000 a month for 1 year. That's freedom free to talk. Yeah, you've seen that graphic enough on this channel to know that's not the provisions of the bill. It's $2,000 the first month, $1,000 thereafter. Now, don't act like you don't remember the bill, because I show it every single video, every single graphic, every single day. $1,000 every month after the first month, which is $2,000. And yes, it does make a little bit of a difference. What you're asking for is $24,000 of stimulus checks for one person versus the bill, which at the highest end proposes $13,000 for one person. Now, when we look at the House Ways and Means and AOC and Wyden and this House bill clearly pays the most. We all see that. But the most it pays is $13,000 if the pandemic is over within 1 year. It doesn't pay $24,000. So don't represent you're part of the Purple Power community, you're part of LALATE, that there's a House bill 24,000, because I never told that to you. And that sort of negates that deflects from being informed and educated and pushing, because you're citing a number that no one ever proposed for you, and I don't think anyone would ever propose $24,000 of stimulus checks per person, which would be like $100,000 of stimulus checks for one family. That's a lot. Now, I'm not against you proposing whatever you want to propose, but don't cite something that doesn't exist, which is not what the House bill says. Finally, it's important to do the economic analysis or the calculation, because we did this a lot. I think it was in August when we looked at the House bill, which paid less, $1,000 a month, over a long duration, versus the Senate proposal, which paid a lot more faster. Actually, paid overall less money, but paid more faster. So if you want a lot more money up front, but it will be overall less money, then you wanted the Senate bill because it pays you a lot more money. A lot of people would say something like, well, House bill $1,000 a month, I'm not going to get caught up on my bills. Where I like the Senate proposal because it's a lot more money right now. I'll get caught up quicker. So let's just look at this so you have an idea of where we are. $1,000 a month of the House bill after the first month of 2000, that's $13,000, but it takes you 12 months to get it. Bernie on the high end, not the whole thing, not the only number, so don't misquote again. The high end is 6 months at $1,400. That's about $9,000, but you get in 6 months, not in 12 months. So not that bad. You know, one is less money, but you get it faster, half a year faster. And the other one is more money, but it takes a whole year to get the money. So drop your opinion in the comments as well. But for now, use the inspiration of the people in the live chat that have made the phone call, made the push. Contact your elected officials. And meantime, join me next on Overnight Crypto, currently playing on this channel. And then I'll see you on Street and Stimulus, then Sirloin, then Overnight Crypto, and then Purple. And with that, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. Reckon I went to this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcium VIP. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.